Masu will be on the Senna for that scaling and range potential. Final pick of the draft does have to be the jungler for Disguised, and we will get Diana for Kizno.
Okay, so it's not quite Diana Yasuo, but it's Diana Yasuo.
Griffin was walking by for the crab.
All right, this is it, crab number 3.
All right, Griffin's going after it, but a nice use of the dredge line to grab Cryogen from Lions as the 2v2 in the bottom lane breaks out, but a ton of damage back on a Call Me. He's taken low, tries to use the Q3 to get away, and Kizno kills off Griffin for the first blood. Call Me still alive. He backs away once more. He doesn't have the Fate Seal because he already used it, but Disguise. Perfect execution. Because he was such low HP by the end of that 2v2, if he's not ready for the flash on the ulti, he 100% dies there. Yeah. That's such a difference maker in just that execution of a single ability. And going back to the criticism that was rightly levied against him in game number 1, with the Azir plays not working out, he's definitely locked in as the series has gone forward. But now it's FlyQuest making a play in the bottom lane. It's Lions, the victim of the gank from Griffin. FlyQuest
Will be Lions.
All right. They're going over for that dragon. Disguise has Kizno working on it. Call Me just trying to keep Quad occupied here in the mid lane. Doesn't want anybody from FlyQuest seeing what's going on down there. Ocean Drake is claimed. Meanwhile, Griffin will say, all right, you take dragon, I'll take the grubs. Doesn't feel as good as it did in 2025, but hey, that's just the nature of the game. Sometimes the patch is going to nerf certain things, buff some others. Gat up here in the top side is still the largest individual farm difference in the game, 92 to 69 of Castle.
Basically whatsoever now, with no flash and nothing inherent. Storm Razor does give you move speed, and they're going to go for a bot play themselves.
Yep, they drop the depth charge onto Masu. Call Me immediately arrived with the Fate Sealed. It lives up to its name. The shutdown even goes over to Sajet. The Aphelios gets paid. Masu gets buried. That's the execution Disguise wanted.
Yeah, nice ult there from Sajet, and then he's got his Gravitum lock up.
Oh no, Call Me though has now way overstayed with Griffin and Cryogen down here. They're looking to grab the punish onto the Yone, but a nice Magnet Storm coming out, tries to lock everybody up. Call Me does die. Griffin's still fighting. He gets a double. Griffin's about to make it a triple if Kizno didn't show up. Cryogen now gets away. Meanwhile, up here on the top side.
And dice. So
they don't feel nice.
You know, good punish from Kaza, and we're going to a dragon fight immediately.
Yep, Lions has to try to get away. Quad goes forward to try to get the execution here with the ulti, but he doesn't have enough damage to kill off the Nautilus. Now Call Me in the middle of everybody. Immediately snaps back with a soul.
Take the early initiative. Griffin, though, he'll take the objective. Herald picked up guaranteed money here for FlyQuest.
Okay, so you can be just like Yone and win your lane after that big power spike. As Call Me going for the dive underneath the tier 1 turret. Gets a lot of Quad's health bar, but not the entire thing. Over the wall comes Lion, sets it up with the dredge line. Shield from the Dawning Shadow helps try to keep Quad alive, but it's not quite enough. Call Me and Lions get their mark and they get away.
Here comes the reinforcements as well. Griffin and Cryogen are on the way. Can they trap?
Ooh, Masu's very low. Moonlight Vigil doesn't hit him, very fortunately, because that would have been some scary stuff. Bottom side here, you can see Lions getting away, but Cryogen manages to take the kill onto Call Me. They would have rather had Griffin pick up that kill, but hey, kill's a kill one way or the other, so they'll send that one over to the Rel. Meanwhile, back up here in the top side, you can see Gatko still with the health advantage in the 1v1, while the Herald is summoned up in the bottom lane, looking to force down the tier 1 turret. Griffin staying alive for now, does hop into the Herald, but immediately the car crashes, and Kizno's found at the scene of the crime. Gatghost is still back up there in the top side. FlyQuest grouped up as 4, but they got to be careful of the Renekton flank. Dragon down to 2,000 HP. FlyQuest stepping in. It's going to be stolen by Griffin, but into the back line goes Call Me. Now he's intercepted by Griffin. Between Worlds, Gatghost is buying so much space with the Dawning Shadow over the top. Quad grabbing the kill onto Call Me. A beautiful scatter of the week here yet again. Disguised are trying to fight back. Sajid with a kill onto Griffin. Quad and Gatghost looking for a little bit more. They'll slow down the Renekton. Cryogen continues his chase. Sajet is in danger. There's the scatter of the week. The cleanse will not matter. He's struck down as Quad wants more. Kizno and Castle try to get out, but Cryogen's ready on the flank. He stuns up the Renekton. He may just die himself. They want to try to turn it back around, but Cryogen's staying alive. Kizno's down. Double kill over to Gatghost. Ace! Yeah. FlyQuest though, look at the health bars. Quad and Cryogen are both at about half. The Baron's down to 3,000. Kizno's not here just yet. The Baron is going to be secured by Griffin, but what about the fight after? Lions in the middle of everybody. Cryogen trying to keep everyone away. Griffin putting the pressure onto Sajet, and he's already killed him. Disguised AD carry down. Lions goes right back into his own grave. A double kill back to the Mbessa as Kizno goes golden, only to stay alive an extra half second. Call Me can't do anything here on the Yone. As Masu is under pressure from Castle, it's a triple kill back over to Griffin. The Mbessa is running wild. Castle's the only man standing. FlyQuest wanted a Baron. They're going to get an ace on the side. It's a quadra kill over to Griffin.
That means literally 0 to Mbessa. Infinite dashes there. Takes him out. What a snipe.
The tier 2 turret's going to get the crust knocked off of it. Call Me, Griffin, everybody just showing up around here in this mid lane, disguised. They need to try to defend, but Call Me with the Yone has got to be so careful every time he steps up. Even with Soul Unbound, if you get CC'd, you might just get completely destroyed before you can snap back.
Yeah, there's plenty of damage here to back it up on the side of FlyQuest. Griffin holding down mid lane, buffing up those minions. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad takes the second tier 2 that is set up with the carry jungle Mbessa like this, but also has other damage dealing champions, because you still need to get a big AoE, you know,
on this guy. Over on the other side, Castle at least does have his Spear of Shojin and Stridebreaker combo, so the Renekton can be kind of a threat. Gak goes with Between Worlds, tries to go right back in after Call Me. Masu's showing up here to try to help his top laner. Call Me in a 1v2, and he might just win it. He's got the first kill. Call Me does die, and Gak gets back away. Make it a 1-for-1 and a 2v2 Jet.
Yeah, good flash there. Have to use it on that ultimate this time around. Castle will be able to finish up the Tower of Flowers. You almost got to do another Call Me ambulance play over there.
Almost.
Yeah. Maybe call the ambulance very quickly for Castle.
Yeah, Gekos is going to stop him here with a 2-fold Hex. Prevents the recall. Castle wants to try to get away, and he's going to go very far away to another plane of existence. Actually, we'll see you in heaven, Mr. Crocodile.
Super quickly or anything? Seems like FlyQuest pretty easily have this one in hand, and the best that DSG can do is just split push with Yone.
Okay, Call Me's going to get whatever he can in the back. That means that Disguised has no chance to try to defend this tier 2 turret here in the top lane. Remember that all tier 3s are still standing, but that is the final structure collapsing outside. FlyQuest going to use their chance, go after the red buff right now. Cryogen is in danger, kept alive there by the Dawning Shadow. Kizno buying time here in the stasis, staying alive for now. Griffin making so much space, going in after Call Me. Kizno's already down, Lion's going to be your second kill. 5v3 on the map, and it's about to get even worse. A double for Griffin. Sajet is gone, and Castle's behind all of FlyQuest with his dominance, but it won't matter. There's no chance for the Renekton to go in, as FlyQuest will just kick their way through the front door. Tier 3 turret in mid lane drops. Inhibitor is the next target, and it's Call Me and Castle tasked with holding the line in an impossible situation. FlyQuest with the 5-man push going after the first Nexus turret. They've got the Baron Enchanted minions. They've got the cannon for the extra DPS on the structures. Castle cannot approach. He has no ultimate here on the Renekton. He's got half a Fury Bar. He goes in for the Ruthless Predator. He buys only a moment as he's shot down. He's out of there. FlyQuest are going to kill off the solo laners. They'll make their way onto the Nexus, and they'll take the series 2-1.
Griffin is the blender, and he was making Aphelios smoothies all game long, Flowers.
Oh, yeah, with all the angst and the hair in front of your eyeballs.